Andre, can you tell us what Caleb did to earn the scholarship as far as the punting competition and everything?
Well, there's all type of matrix that we look at to determine who's going to be our starting punter. And all things being considered, he was he was better in all three of the categories that we judge our punter by.
What are the three categories?
It is distance and hang time ratio and get off time.
Okay. Does it really come down to just you look at the numbers and you say, all right, who's got the better numbers? We go with
that's pretty cut and dry. It's not like you grade a quarterback that's got the two receivers and got the two line, and he didn't get the protection or they didn't run the right route. It's catch the ball and punt it up in the air and put it where we need to put it.
Did Caleb get a lot better last year over the course of the season? Like, did he improve? It seemed like he was punting well by the end when he was getting opportunities.
Well, Caleb's got a strong leg. I mean, he's got good leg talent. But there's a lot of fundamentals and technique that go along with that job, and he just got more consistent with it.
Is Bub a factor for you on the coverage units? Pat has mentioned him a few times.
Bub's going to be a factor in a lot of different ways. Yeah.
What's the return game looking like? Who are the guys that you're looking at the most to maybe make more splashes back there?
Well, of course, we've got MJ returning. We got Kanate. We got Wabuko. Those are the three of the main guys that we're looking at in the punt return game. And then we've got Wabuko, Bub, AJ Woods in the kickoff return game. We're trying to really have the fastest guy on the field with the ball in his hands.
How is Derek Davis taking the challenges of all the duties of running backs? You often talk about the details and the most important part. How has he adjusted?
Derek's improved. He's really improved. The volume right now is amazing, how much volume we have in. And then from time to time, he gets hung up, gets bogged down in the information. But he's done a really good job learning the offense, what we ask of him.
Is Sebo your most consistent guy as far as guys that aren't Rodney, as far as knowing what's needed of them, play by play?
Well, we've got three veterans with Rodney, Sebo, and Daniel, and we feel like all of them can play winning football.
Will Daniel get more carries this year?
Well, Daniel's going to factor in a lot more. The game plan will be whatever it is. Whatever plays that Frank calls that he thinks can help us win the game. So if it's throw the ball 30 times and run it 40 or vice versa, whichever guy's in the backfield has got to get the job done.
We hear a lot about Phil benefiting from knowing Frank's offense. We hear that the receivers being in their second year in the offense is a benefit. How much is it helping Rodney, Sebo, and Daniel to be going through this for the second time?
All the same. I meant, we installed the offense 2 springs ago. We reinstalled it 2 summers ago. We ran it last fall, right? We reinstalled it in the spring and reinstalled it in the summer. So this is their 6th time through the installation. And it's gotten bigger, but they've done a good job.
How has Rodney matured as a running back as far as all the things that he sees and you don't have to have much touch up on him, on his details?
Oh man, his knowledge of the game, knowledge of defense, knowledge of all the nuances that go with the position has really gotten a lot better. I mean, it's hard to put a value on it, but it's really, really improved.
What have you seen out of TJ Harvison in this camp?
Well, those young guys, he probably won't factor in this year. You got to have 4 guys ready to play winning football, and that's what we're working toward.
Andre, do you ever watch film on the offense and how it looked during Frank's first stint here as OC?
Sometimes.
And
Well,
do
we
you
don't-
see any comparisons when you watch that film of Rodney and maybe a guy like Dion Lewis?
I never saw Deion Lewis play, so that's an unfair question.
Like when you're breaking down that film, you don't see.
I don't know what Deion Lewis looked like.
Oh, okay.
I know Deion Lewis, but
Yeah.
I was in the ACC and Pitt was in the Big East,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see Deion Lewis. But Rodney's gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot better. So we got to keep him healthy. He's got to keep improving. He's definitely not a complete finished product, but we're proud with the progress he's made.
How has Ben Souls looked this camp?
Ben's gonna look good. I mean, Ben's a talented guy. Ben's got really, really high goals, and Ben doesn't need anyone to motivate him. And so, he's probably good. We'll feel more comfortable kicking 50-plus yard field goals this year if we have to. Hopefully we won't have to kick that many. but he's got a strong leg, and he can. He's confident, and anytime we put him out there, he thinks he can make the kick.
Are there folds in the offense that we didn't really get to, or anyone didn't really get to see last year that you think are going to open up this year that people are going to be surprised about with Pitt's offense?
Is it what in the offense?
Just like new parts of the offense, new facets that you guys didn't get to use as much last year. that you
Well,
really
I mean, the thing that's going to be new is Phil's personality and his approach to the game opposed to the quarterbacks we had last year. He's different. So there'll be some shots that he'll take that maybe the other guys didn't. And there's some other facets of the game that he's a different player. So it's pretty much the same offense, but there's more stuff to it, and the quarterback's different.
You said you'd like to have 4 guys. Is Derek the 4th? I mean, is that
That's
how you
yet
see
to
it
be
right now?
determined right now. He's in the mix to be the 4th, but we hadn't decided who the 4th guy is yet.
Him or Boyd? Is that
Him or
between
Lloyd?
those two?
Yeah.